Okay, guys. So I just wanted to talk about Sheduer Sanders before I go to the gym today, and wanted to talk about the fiasco that is happening in the NFL, particularly the Cleveland Browns, concerning Sheduer Sanders. After watching the fiasco that has been reportedly happening, allegedly in Cleveland, I deem the Cleveland Browns as a racist organization. For the life of me, I don't understand why you would draft this young man, knowing his potential, knowing that he has potential to be a great quarterback in this league. You intentionally draft him at 7. You drafted a 1 and then drafted him at 7. And then every opportunity that he gets to possibly move up, I mean, due to Joe Flacco being traded, due to another quarterback being injured, and due to you know, the current play of the quarterback, they still are putting other people to leapfrog Shador. At what point does a young man break? It's almost as if you wanted this man to come into the NFL with exactly no arrogance. You wanted him to come in with no confidence. Football players, if you ever played football, not all players are arrogant, but sometimes that is part of being a quarterback is the arrogance. As if you ever play lineman, I mean, quarterbacks have to have a certain level of arrogance because they have to believe. If nobody else believes, they have to believe that they can drive their team down the field and score 7 points. So this really doesn't make any sense to me. That he's a young man. He's not a criminal. He's not out here doing felonious activities. He's not a problem child. He's raised by a mother and a father. Father Hall of Famer, and his mom is a nice looking lady. You see her. She carries herself properly. And why is this happening to Shador? Why isn't he able to prosper? Because he's being sabotaged. Management is sabotaging Sheduer Sanders. And these are the things that black people see. Like you act like we can't see it, but we see it because you don't do it to all the other players. Okay, particularly white players. They are allowed to be arrogant. They are allowed to be confident. They are allowed to play the game the way it's supposed to be played. But if a black talent who comes in and he has a certain level of arrogance and he comes from a good home, he's not coming from a home that's riddled in violence, or the child doesn't have a father, and he's not bucking his eyes to come into the league because he has good parents like as any other player. That's white players out here. White parents out here got good parents. They come into the league and they feel a certain type of way. But it's only the black player when he feels that he he has a handle on things, and that he feel like he can take the spirit of the game into his own realm. Then that is when the white media and when white people in particular, they don't even like this. It's white people that don't even like football, but for the mere fact that Sheduer Sanders is a quarterback and he's getting a lot of limelight about behavioral things, like you hear all types of shit. It just you don't know what's true because this is how the American white media is ran. It's allowed to use foundational black Americans as a scapegoat. It's allowed, it's promoted. This is promoted to ridicule this young man, to bring down his spirits, and then say that he is doing something wrong because he's trying to monetize himself or make business like any other white person would do. And then suddenly Sheduer Sanders is held to a different standard. And I really think that we're moving backwards. We're not moving forward. But the only difference this time is that we're not moving backwards. We're going to keep moving forward. And so for a player like Sheduer Sanders, what you will learn is that perseverance will win. He will hang around long enough and he will get that starting position. But this is what I would do. I would not resign with the Browns. When your time is up, that contract is up, and you're starting or whatever your position or wherever you may be at that time, I would not resign with the Browns. They have showed you how they value you as a player. They have showed you the neglect and the disrespect of a player, an athlete that puts his body on the line every time he steps on that field. And then this is the mental shit that he has to deal with after that. And I just think that's wrong. You know, if this man go out here, blow his knee, it'll be millions of white people that will be like, yeah, because they love that kind of stuff. That's what they do. And I'm not being racist. I'm only telling you based on their actions or what we see them do. In many cases, they're cowardice people. They're in places of position and they're able to control, and control and deny who they feel based on, because they perceive you as being arrogant. Here's a young man, a millennial, where we're now monetizing videos. We're now finding new ways to make business off monetization. And he's not allowed to do this. Everyone else does it. You have all these other white quarterbacks. And what really gets me is that, you have white people out here that say they are good. They're good people. But what they will not do is speak up for things that are not right. And they have the most power. Me speaking up for it, doesn't mean shit. But if someone that matters in this particular realm would speak up, such as the commissioner, and saying that this type of behavior should not be accepted in the NFL as far as how we treat players. He's not going out here assaulting citizens, domestic violence. He's not out here robbing, stealing. He's not doing anything. He's just trying to participate in a sport, and he's trying to be stand up straight and not be arrogant, but be confident, because that's how a quarterback should be for the team. Perhaps the center is not going to have a lot to say. He's going to do more play than say anything. But it is required for a quarterback to be more vocal so that the other players can take his lead. But if the organization does not support the quarterback that they drafted, there's something wrong there. And you see white people, and I'm not being racist. They are white people, and I'm being factual. There are white people that seems to be down on Sheduer. They don't want to see Sheduer play. They don't want to see Sheduer get the opportunity. And they're hating him before he even gets an opportunity to play. It goes to show you that, white people are just ingenuous. They're being evil. Are they not being evil? Here's a young man. You're killing his spirit. Here's a young man who went to college. He went to HBCU. He went to a major university. He rose the ranks. One of the best passes to ever come through Colorado University. He got his number retired. He took a team from 0-11, or I'm not really sure what what their record was before Sheduer got there, but they weren't in very good graces. And he changed that program around. His father helped change that program around. You look at Travis Hunter. He got drafted high in the draft, but you didn't draft Sheduer because he didn't want to go to a program that did not want to rebuild. All he was saying was he wanted a program that wanted to rebuild. He would have went to any team that drafted him. But you wanted to hurt that young black man. And this is why your world is falling apart. So I want you to think about that for a second. You people keep putting your energy into hurting foundational black Americans. And God is not blessing you. You are not receiving blessings from the Lord. This is why you're having the problems that you're having on such a large scale. You won't hunt down pedophiles, but you'll try to deny Sheduer Sanders the right to play quarterback. 23 years old, man. This is a 23-year-old. This is a child. This is a baby. And this is how he is treated. His father put so much into the NFL that he made the Hall of Fame. There are different type of players. Some players are more vocal than others. Some players don't say anything. I remember being on a team with a guy who he showed no emotion. But when it was time to play and he strapped up that chin strap, he was on time. And then you have some players who are more vocal. When you play quarterback, you need to be vocal. People need to know you here. And when you are at a practice and a quarterback is running the team, that's whose voice you should hear. And he should be running that team like it's his team. But when you try to hurt a young player by telling him that somehow he's doing something wrong, and he's to the point that when he's being interviewed, he has to talk in silence, and he has to like not say things, and because he's afraid that may be taken out of context. I just think that it's just, it's just sad and cowardly of white people. And I'm not being racist. The white people are controlling his fate. And instead of them being fair, like they're supposed to be fair across the board because this is America, right? We're supposed to be fair. The foundational black American is mistreated as usual. And you will pay for your sins if you do not repent. I promise you. So I'm going to leave it at that. This is Black Views bringing you the Black News. Y'all have a good day. I'll be back later. Let me find some more negative comments on my shit. I'll be back today.